Hello, Carl. Do you have anything you want to add to the podcast episode? Come here. What do you want to say? It's exactly what I thought. Oh, you can't see this, but he just rolled over at my toes. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. This feels so fitting as we talk about some of my favorite things in fall. I'm so excited for this episode and to get to share a little piece of home with you guys. I'm back in Michigan, and this episode is going to be relaxing. As each of the topics get deeper, they might get deeper, but truthfully, I just wanted to sit down and celebrate the start of this new season with you guys. And as things are changing, so are we. So welcome to Anna's Guide. I'm your host, Anna, and today we're going to be talking about Anna's Guide to her fall favorites. And my fall favorites this season, I think, have been changing a little bit. I feel like I'm trying to set the mood with sitting in this little wooden chair that I'm pretty sure Brew made in wood shop in high school. I felt like it fit the fall vibes. I loved the little pop of red on it. The only thing I'm fearing is that a spider is going to crawl out of it at some point during this episode. So if you hear me scream and you're not watching the video version, you know where it's coming from. I also have two little pets running around the yard. They're Brew's family's pets. So if you hear me having to chase after them, it's because I just am hoping they chill with me while I'm sitting out here. But I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm so happy to get to share this episode with you guys. And it's going to start with our usual rosebud thorn. This week was filled with so many good things. My rose for this week is that I just got back from Paris Fashion Week yesterday, and I had the best time. My mom and dad came with me. The trip was so short. The more niche version of what my rose was that I slept the full 9 hours from Paris Charles de Gaulle to the Detroit Wayne Airport. I got on the flight, I put my seat back. I did have a lay down seat that turns into the bed, and I put it back, and I kind of told the flight attendants I'd love to eat food, but if I'm sleeping, please don't wake me. I woke up landing, and they were like, do you want a little pizza or something? We feel bad that you literally ate nothing on this flight. And so I did have a slice of pizza. My bud is that I am feeling very good about my marathon training. My bud for this week is the fact that I ran a half marathon this morning here in Michigan. Now, don't expect me to walk tomorrow. I can't. I'm actually worried that I won't be able to get it from this chair after sitting in it after our podcast episode. But we're going to find out if I can or not when the time comes. But that is for sure my bud. I've been so nervous about the marathon with my little brother Michael. And I was like, you know what, I just got to rip the Band-Aid off. And I was going to try to go 10 miles. And then I got a text from my little brother this morning that said he went 13. And I was like, I'm too competitive for this. I have to go 13 now. So I did. Do I regret it? A little bit. In the long run, I'll be fine. It's all part of the process. Am I right? And then my thorn. I always feel like I do that whenever I'm thinking about my thorn, you guys. I'm so sorry if you get sick of it on this episode. My thorn is bittersweet this week. It's that officially my travel time has come to an end now. Now that I have wrapped Paris, I actually don't have any more requirements to travel for the rest of the year. I have one more trip to New York in the end of October with work stuff, but it's to speak on a panel. It's not actually going to be really a time-consuming trip. It's going to be for about a day or so. And so I think there's a part of me that's a little bit sad, but also part of me that is very much celebrating getting to sit still for a little bit, which will actually bring into Anna's Guide to Fall Favorites. But yeah, I'm going to say it's bittersweet that the traveling and this summer is coming to an end. And with that, let's talk about why I love this next season so much. I am sitting in Michigan. Do you hear how quiet it is outside? All I hear is the rustle of the leaves. There is nothing else out here. I'm sitting in Michigan at Brew's hometown parents' house. Brew is not here. I'm actually here alone for right now. He will be joining me this evening. I have to go to the airport to Detroit to pick him up, and I'm so excited to get to see his sweet face. But fall is in the air. When I woke up this morning, there was dew on the car, and it made me so nostalgic for going to school in the morning growing up. It made me so nostalgic for the fact that we don't have that in LA. It made me miss that Midwest energy. The sun is so warm. The shade is the perfect temperature. It gets hot during the day and cold at night. And even though the leaves haven't started changing yet, you can kind of see a little bit of a fading in the green colors in them. And that just makes me so happy because there's just something so sweet about fall. And as we watch like a new season come around, a new cycle of this like world that we're on, it means that there's a new cycle of us too. Okay, deep. Okay, meaningful. And so with that, I want to tell you all the things that I'm kind of looking forward to, looking into. We have 3 months left in the year. October 1st was a few days ago. Today's October 3rd. Me and girls moment. And also, it's my month anniversary. It's my last month anniversary before Brew and I celebrate another year of dating. So this day feels kind of special and happy and exciting. And because of that, I wanted to just share some things that I'm really looking forward to as we come to the year coming to a close. Like, what are the last things that you want to finish out? What are the last things that you want to do? What's the last things that you want to see? And let's talk about mine. Because hopefully they inspire some of yours. If you want to, like, pause, compare, steal these, please, I'm begging you. Make a little list. Keep it close to you. I might make this my phone background so I can, like, remind myself of, like, all the things that I love. Because I feel like as I was writing, I kept thinking of things that I loved. And it was, like, so nice to, I don't know, do, like, a little soul search. It was, like, making your little map to Anna moment is what this felt like. Like, who am I this season? It's these things. So, my first one might shock you. And it's because I can't believe I'm saying it out loud. I'm cutting back on caffeine right now. And I have been for the last like 3 to 4 months. But now I really feel like I'm in my like caffeine-free lifestyle. Even in Europe, I think I had 1 coffee. And it's because I don't want to stop drinking coffee. I love a pumpkin spice latte. I love a little like oat milk, vanilla. Actually, I'm more of a cow's milk girly, but like I love a little vanilla something. Okay? I love mocha. I love everything. But lately, what I've really been loving in this fall season is a chai. Oh, my gosh. It feels like Christmas. It feels like fall. It feels like cool air and scarves and winter jackets. And I'm obsessed with that vibe. So, for this season, we're looking at lattes. Tea lattes, though, not coffee lattes. And chai has been on the top of my radar. Also, I got an Owala water bottle. I don't even think it's sitting near me. I intended on having it out here. But if you don't know what that is, it's like this cutie little water bottle that when you sip out of it, it makes you look like a koala. Okay? If I am so behind on this, you guys, please call me out on my bullshit. Like, I'm obsessed with this thing, though, because I'm trying to drink more water. Cut caffeine, increase water intake, hydration. Okay? This Owala thing is the coolest thing because it also has, like, a straw, so you can, like, sip on the tip of the... God, I am so not good at this. You can sip on, like, the edge of the water nozzle, and it's a straw. But then you can also tip the water bottle, and it flows like normal. I don't know who invented it, but I'm a fan. So I'm addicted to my little Owala, and I'm going to be carrying it everywhere with me. I got a really cute pastel-colored one. Maybe I'll, like, include a little pic for you guys because I feel like you need to see what it looks like because it's adorable. Also... the second thing that is in my fall favorites list is being in my short nail era. And I say this as I have gel X on my hands that I did myself in Paris right now. And if anything, I feel like it further confirmed. Hi, buddy! Chewy is running around the yard. He just got the zoomies for about 0.5 seconds, and now he's splooting in the middle. I'm obsessed. I say this even having gel X on my nails right now. This further confirmed my lack of interest in having long nails. I think they make my hands look pretty. I think they're giving delicate. But I think my fall season is going to give adventurous more. Even though my summer gave adventurous, I think I want to like maintain my arts and crafts. And it's the way that I can do nothing with these. And maybe it's because I lack skill in that area. But I just feel like I want to do my pottery. I like can hardly close my own necklace clasps with these on. And so I'm over them and I'm canceling them in fall. Next up is updating your perfume. This is one of my favorite things to do, okay? And I've talked about this. I don't know if I've actually talked about this on here before, but I talk about this with my friends all the time. Whenever I travel, I always pick out a new scent that kind of like sets the mood for the season, okay? Now, that used to happen like not super often. So I would like make a point to find a really good perfume from the place that I went that would like take over that era of my life. And then that scent is tied to all the memories that I have from that area. with fall being the new season, I got myself a new perfume because I was like, this is the time to do my shift. It smells like candy. I literally have it written down because I don't know what order to say this in, but I'm going to give you all the words. And I feel like if you Google it, you'll find it. Love by Killian, Don't Be Shy. I don't know if it's Love, Don't Be Shy by Killian. I don't know if it's Don't Be Shy, Love by Killian. Not sure the order, or Love by Killian, Don't Be Shy. Your girl doesn't know. But what I can tell you is that I know it's divine. It smells like candy. It is so sweet. I'm actually surprised that I fell in love with the scent for this season because I would have expected myself to be wearing something a little bit more like amber and like musky and like something that's a little bit more fall flavored, if you will. But I didn't. I fell in love with something really sweet and kind of like summery, springy, and it's because I feel like it makes me kind of feel sexy. Like I feel like a little sweet treat. We need more of those in the fall. Okay. We're going to talk about something that goes hand in hand with where I just came from. I just came from Paris Fashion Week. And I feel like my fashion in fall is firstly what I'm wearing right now. Like, I am obsessed with all my baggy clothes. I'm in kind of like a bit of a more modest era for my day-to-day. I used to be really into like my crop tops. Okay, if there's a spider on me, I'm going to lose my shit. No, there's not. Okay, we're thriving. We live to see another day. I often felt like my go-to outfits were like tight little crop tops with like either like tight athletic pants or like a baggy pant with a tight top, like mid area showing. And lately I've been absolutely loving like jorts, like really modest jorts, like the knee length ones. I know keep seeing videos of people being like, just wait 5 years from now when we look back at the style and we think, what were we thinking? Guys, I don't think I'm going to give them up in 5 years. I'm convinced that they're like part of my like vocabulary. They're part of my like eternal closet. They are my keepsake. Like, I'm obsessed with them. So I've been in like my definitely more modesty vibes. Sweater weather. I'm upset. Literally, like, even this what I'm wearing right now, like, this is a cutie shirt. I think it's from Sandro. It's like a sweater that has the arms cut out and then they sewed in a t-shirt. It's like a little vest with the arms being a t-shirt. And I feel so cutie girl. I just feel like preppy, but cozy, but classy, but like fall. Also, while I was in Paris, it was cold. It was so brisk. It was so chilly. Scarves, love. In LA, we don't really have the blessing of having like a real change of season, so I feel like I don't really get the chance to like be explorative between my different seasons because my closet kind of stays the same. There's a couple times of year where you can pull off wearing a sweater, but most days are jeans and a t-shirt days. And I feel like it's influencing me to move somewhere else, which comes later on this episode. Another thing that I really want to integrate into my fall season is more date nights. I don't know if I'm flying through these or if we're killing this game right now. I have 13 things that I love, and I'm on number 6. So bear with me as we get into number 6. Something that I want to integrate into this new season is more date nights. And I think that comes from a place of not being home very often and missing being around my partner. I feel like Brew and I have not had a lot of quality time. Like probably the most time that we spent sitting in the same room together was the last podcast episode I filmed. We just have both been go, go, go this whole season of summer, whether it was like in Paris for him being in the Olympics, where even though it was a great trip, it was a lot of like him working and like me either trying to help or like just doing my own thing while I had the time, or like Fashion Week we haven't spent together. Even like I just went to Barcelona and we didn't spend together, and like we just keep missing each other. He went to Nashville and New York while I was still in LA. Like at every turn, each of us have our own individual lives that have been going kind of crazy, that in the fall I'm really, really hoping to integrate more date nights. With that, I also want to add that we should be planning more things. I know. Planning more things in this way, though. I want to go to a pumpkin patch. I want to go to an apple orchard. I want a spooky season, a haunted house. I want to have a girls' pumpkin painting night. I want to have a girls' pumpkin baking night. I want to be the house that hosts. I've always said that. I've always wanted to be that person. I am not home enough to be the home that hosts, and this is the season that I'm going to be. I'm like forcing myself to say no to anything that involves me having to leave my house. And I know that travel is a blessing. I know that might not be a universal take because a lot of people really look forward to their travel because maybe this is the only season that you're going to get the chance to travel, especially with like it being back to school. We're back to college. We don't have as much of a free schedule as we did over the summer. I feel like our summer everybody was doing a Euro summer. I feel like all my friends did at least one Euro trip this summer. This season is the homebody season. It is the season for making the most out of being home. And like the second that I'm back, I'm putting shit on the calendar. I cannot wait to just be like, listen, whoever's free, whoever's around, sign up for this Partiful and show up if you can. I just want to be around the people that I love. I want to be on the couch. I want to watch cutie movies. I want to watch rom-coms. Oh my gosh. And I want to plan date nights. I want to try new restaurants. I want to go out to dinner. I want to woo my boyfriend. In like a way of like impress him, not in like a spicy way. With that, homebody season is upon us. And also a new goal, a new fall favorite, is soup season. I am on soup season TikTok. I've made one soup, and yesterday, Bru's little sister Rachel made me a soup. She made me chicken gnocchi soup. I don't know where you guys are getting these ideas, but please keep them coming. I am thriving. I made Italian penicillin soup. My mom literally talked about it on my last episode. Best thing I've ever made. I'm so proud. I don't know how I did it. I mean, I kind of do because obviously I did it, but like, it came out good. That's what I don't know about. So I'm in my soup season. My homebody season is hand in hand with my soup season. And I will be subscribing to everybody who makes soups. So if you guys have any good soup channels, please drop them down below. Also, just like cooking in general, I feel like I really need to like step up my cooking game, but I have trouble cooking for 1 to 2 people. That's so hard in adulthood. When my mom cooked, she cooked for 5 people. So like she had like a big old bowl. Now I feel like I cook for 5 people and there's only 1 of me. We're going to figure it out. Now I'm about to get to something a little sensitive. This is a sensitive topic, okay? And it's because I tapped into it a little bit a second ago. As quickly as I said that I was going to be a homebody this season. I'm thinking about moving to New York. It's calling my name for the month of November. Not indefinitely. I'm an LA girly at heart. But there's just, I've never had a free calendar. My entire calendar is empty. And I've been like thinking about it a lot and like not even really manifesting, but more of just like, if this is going to happen, please give me a sign and like make it so obviously apparent that I'm supposed to move there for a little bit. And then suddenly my whole calendar freed up the month of November. It's giving sign. And so I am really considering moving with Bru to New York City for 1 month. And the good news of it is that my sister lives there. So obviously it makes it way easier. Like I won't be by myself. And also I'll have Bru. Of course I'll have Bru. Thing number 2 is that we're planning on doing Thanksgiving with my dad's family in Philadelphia. So either way I'm going to fly to New York at the end of the month. Why not just go like 3 weeks earlier? It's a great idea. I'm very much feeling it. Also, then we're closer to the family in Michigan. We're going to have like a fun little city life. That way we can kind of check the boxes too of having lived in like both big cities and experienced it at least for a little bit. Another perk, marathon training. I'm in my marathon training for the Honolulu marathon that's happening in December. I don't know if I've said which marathon I'm doing, but in case I haven't, that's the one that I'm doing. And my training's been going great. I loved running in Michigan. I feel like I would love running in New York. LA is hard to run in because you can't really like, I don't know, maybe New York would be hard to run in because there's so many stoplights. But like LA, I feel like doesn't have a lot of people on the street, but the neighborhood that I live in isn't really built for running. I feel like New York is nice and flat to where it would be a little bit easier to train. So these are sounding like a lot of pros on the list of pros and cons. I mean, the only con is that I wouldn't be in LA. And I'd miss Danielle and my little brother and my mom and dad. They'll come visit me. Okay, next up. This is another one. Like I kind of said at the beginning of the episode, each of these are getting a little bit deeper and a little bit more internal. And this topic might end up being one that I chat about for a hot minute because I am really feeling this in this specific season of my life. And I just want to say it in like a way that doesn't seem like I'm ungrateful for the season that I'm in. And I think that it's something that's maybe a universal struggle, and I hope that there's other people on the other side of this at some capacity who feel this energy that I'm having. But something that I would really like to bring into the new season is out with envy and in with grace. I'm going to explain where I'm feeling envy because it's a very complicated emotion that I'm having right now that I just am having trouble navigating. And sometimes that's my favorite thing to talk about on here is because it's like I don't Anna's guide was never intended to be the fact that I have the answers. It's the fact that like we're going through it together and that we're trying to make this roadmap of how to do life as like someone in their early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, 30s, teens, college, high school, whoever is on the other side of this listening. Something that I have been really struggling with is not an envy of I don't know how to say this. It feels embarrassing to say, but it's on my mind. So why wouldn't I speak it? Okay. I hope no one like thinks that this is a weird thing to say. I'm going to say it out loud anyway. And hopefully there's somebody else who feels this emotion. Okay. I've been feeling envy for the fact that like I haven't hit the same milestones as other people in my life. And this is where this gets complicated. I'm not interested just yet. I'm not in a position right now to be married. I'm not in a position right now to be engaged. I'm not in a position right now to have kids. Okay. Let's clear that up off the bat. So it's not that I wish that that would happen to me. It's that it's just happening to everybody else and I feel like I'm missing out, or I feel like I'm late. Like I'm late to the party of this being the time where this happens for everybody else. And I don't know if there's any girlies out here who are in relationships who feel this. Maybe like you're watching all your friends get engaged and it's like you and your boyfriend might not even be ready to be engaged yet. Or like, truthfully, mine's not that I don't want to get engaged. I would love to get engaged to Brew. I would get engaged to him in a heartbeat. If he asked me tomorrow, I think we all know what the answer would be. The reason I don't feel ready is because I'm not like in a season to plan a wedding. Okay? That's what I'm a little bit more afraid of. Like right now, I cannot imagine adding that to my plate. Like we're just both we don't even end up in the same city half the time. Hopefully this isn't too personal to be sharing. I'll probably have to double check with Brew to make sure it's not. But like, it's hard to say like, yep, let's get engaged and let's get married, knowing that like we want to have a really special day and there's so much commitment that goes into planning a wedding. And not like commitment to that, but like commitment to your partner. There's like, I don't know. Also, hot take, I just moved into my new place like a year ago. When I get engaged, I kind of want to be like starting to look at houses with my future husband. I don't really want my future husband to move into my place that I'm living in now. I kind of want to like start fresh somewhere new together. And like, I also know that once I get married, like, don't get me wrong, I want a few years of like the two of us before we start talking about kids or anything like that. But like, I don't know that I'm ready to like have kids in a couple years. I'm like thinking like 5 to 7 years, maybe. I don't know when I want to have kids. I wanted to have kids when I was like 23. So now like as a 27-year-old who now doesn't have them, I'm like, wow, this is actually really great. So we're in our waiting era, okay? I'm not sure that I'm like in a position in my career who's ready to give that up yet. But for some reason, even with all these emotions, even though I can talk myself out of this like battle that I'm having with myself all the time. Also, hang on, I'm also going to tap into this kid conversation real quick. I also am struggling because as a 27-year-old, women are the ones who like in the relationship like carry the baby and like have all these like responsibilities around it. Like you're breastfeeding, you're up at night, you're checking in, you have a child for 9 months in your belly, okay? And like that's a lot of strain on your body. That's a lot of strain on your hormones. That's a lot of strain on your emotions. And just because you are the one that can carry it, it immediately becomes your responsibility to give up what you're doing in a little bit of a way. I'm not saying it's a burden. I'm not saying nobody wants to do it. Of course I want to have a kid and like bring this like beautiful child in the world. But that also means sacrifice in some other areas of your life. And as of right now, with no responsibility, I owe no one sacrifice. So obviously, we might end up cutting this from this episode, truthfully. But obviously, I would love to have a kid one day, but I'm in a position where I don't have a lot of responsibility. I can take care of myself. And that's like also kind of settling. I'm also like terrified of childbirth, okay? No matter how many people tell me that it's like worth every second and they would do it again, terrified. Like I passed out the first time I put a tampon in. You expect something like 25 times that size to come out of me? Oh, man. Okay, anyway. This is what I want to tap into, though. On my heart, I end up feeling a lot of envy, though, for the fact that, like, I am watching a lot of people take really big, beautiful steps with their partner. And there's a part of me that just gets a little bit sad because I would love to take those steps, but I know that that's just not my season yet. So, what is in my season is out with envy and in with grace. Out with envy and in with a lighter heart. And I'm just feeling so, like, I need to remind myself that I should be so thankful and empowered by the fact that I have the freedom that I do, that I'm in the position that I am in life, that like I can make that decision so willingly, and know that like if the day comes, if it comes by a surprise, if I wake up tomorrow and I take a test and it's positive, I will be so endlessly excited for like that step in life. But there's also no reason to rush. Okay? Out with envy, out with rushing, in with grace, in with patience, in with blessing, in with a grateful heart. Okay? That's what I need in this season. That's what I'm like manifesting, praying for, thinking about. You know, on my runs, it's on my brain that I'm like, just remember how good you have it. Don't be looking at other people's lives and being like, wait, but they've made these steps, and then become comparative of my relationship to their relationship like it's something wrong with me, even though it's just not meant for me right now. And I know that it's not. Okay? I'm making myself get a little teary-eyed because I'm just like trying to, if you are feeling this on your end too, maybe you're in a relationship right now and you're just like going through a hardship where you're not in a position where you're going to get engaged. Maybe you're in a relationship and you want to get married so bad, but it's not in the finances. Maybe you're not even in a relationship and you're having trouble dating and finding someone that you're willing to spend the rest of your life with. If that's you, just know that like it's not because you don't deserve it. It's not because it's not coming. It's just not your season. Okay? And so in this season, look around you and realize like what a blessing it is to maybe not have someone like, okay, listen, if you're single and you're like, man, I wish that I could be dating somebody and like it makes me so sad, at least you're single and not with someone who sucks. Okay? Like, let's be so for real. It could be worse. Okay? Like, it's not fun. I mean, it's a little fun. I do think being single is very fun if you look for like the really wonderful things of it, but it's also a little bit lonely. And that's okay too. It's okay that it's lonely, and this season is gonna pass, but don't rush the season that you're in just because you want to hit all the milestones that everybody else is hitting. That's what I need to tell myself is like, it's easy to look at everyone around you and be like, oh my God, I want to be in their season, but like, maybe you're just in your warm-up season and everybody else is in like their freaking playoffs or something. I don't even know how sports works. Was that a good analogy? Can someone please let me know? I feel like it made sense in my head, but I'll have to double check it with Brew. In my swimming words, I would have said like, maybe you're in your peak week and everyone else is in their taper. You know, if anybody swims and knows that analogy, that makes way more sense. Peak week is your like high intensity week, and taper is when you're coming down. So maybe that's a better analogy. But like, and I'm not saying people are coming down because they are having babies. That's not what I mean at all. I'm just saying in different increments, everyone's going to hit that point at some point. It's just not for you yet. Okay, I got to stop talking about it or else I'm going to say something wrong. But that is something that I've found and been thinking a lot about lately. And I think if you're also in that, just remember that like your emotions are valid. It's okay to feel the way that you're feeling. It's okay to look around you and feel a little bit of envy or like frustration around the fact that like people might be getting to stuff faster. But once again, from the mountain analogy, just because you haven't hit the peak of your mountain yet doesn't mean you're never going to. Just because you're still climbing doesn't mean that anyone ahead of you is doing better than you. Okay? Enjoy this journey. This is your season. Let's soak it up. 1, 2, 3, break. Okay, sports. All right. My next thing that I'm in with in the fall, which also, of course, ties into what I just said, is mental health time outside. Literally look at me right now. Have I ever looked more relaxed? I don't think so. I love being outside. This weather is making me love it even more. I'm training. I'm sorry that I keep bringing this up, but like the running outside is literally curing my mental health. Okay? My body, on the other hand, hurting so bad. But my brain is just so much clearer and fresher and balanced. I feel like I'm having I'm having trouble not focusing, but that also is a double negative. I'm not having trouble. Whoa, Anna, come on. I literally am about to talk about me being able to focus on stuff and I can't even say the sentence. I'm feeling so much more focused now than I did before because I feel like I'm cleansed after my runs. I'm cleansed after my outdoor time. The weather, like just literally 5 seconds in the sunlight I'm moving to the sunlight after I finish this episode. It's been like such a great blessing to spend some time outside. And with that, I feel like I want to be writing more in the fall. I always promise myself when I start every year that I'm going to journal the whole year, and I've only successfully done it for 3 years, and then I kind of stopped in like 2022, I'll be honest. And since then I was like, okay, next year I'm going to start up again. I'm going to start writing again. Like, I'm on it, and I just have been not. I've been missing out. But I love the start of a season, the start of anything. It's a chance to celebrate a new beginning, and this new beginning is going to be picking up writing again and getting the chance to really like dial into like writing this season, writing what I love, doing what I love, and putting down my thoughts on paper. Because also I feel like that's so healthy for being able to navigate it later in life. Like, even those envy versus like gratefulness thoughts, like that being put on paper, 6 months from now I'll probably look at that and laugh at like how many incredible things I have going on. And like that I would waste my time worrying that I wasn't at the point in life that I thought I would have been in by now. So, more writing, more outdoor time. And this is actually the last one, which is shocking to say. This episode already feels like it went by so fast, and I'm literally still recording it. The last thing that I think we should all do a little bit more of, slightly inspired by this trend that I saw going around, the she deserved the purse trend, but a bit broader, is I think we should give out more cards this season. Okay? Also a hand in hand with writing. I love a card. I love a love note. I love a sticky note on my windshield. I love words of affirmation. I know that can be difficult for some people, but I think reminding, especially on this mental health front, reminding the people around you how appreciated they are is so, so, so important. Like, especially right now, it's back to school season, and I think a lot of us are going through it. I'm obviously not in school anymore, but I can remember, like, those first few weeks back where you just, like, everything is overwhelming. Homework is a lot. It feels like you blink and it's exam week, and you just wonder when you're going to catch your breath again. And I truly believe that, like, a little card and a little thoughtfulness can go such a long way during this season. So if you have someone in your life that you want to be sharing how thankful you are with them, freaking start now. Put this on speaker and like use the rest of this episode to just like write something to someone that you love. Like, I am obsessed with gift giving and cards and words of affirmation. And truthfully, I want to be somebody who like leaves love notes on people's car windows. Just because, like, you're doing a great job and I love you. I like honestly want to make like little like post-its that are like pre-written that in my handwriting so I can just stick it everywhere I go on other people's stuff. Because like I think everybody needs a little cheerleader. I also think that like life is hard. The world is complicated. We all have so much on our plates. You have no idea what people are going through behind closed doors. And just reminding like people of the positivity and the impact that they have is a lot. And it's nice. And it makes a big difference, even if it feels like it's a little gesture. So I have on here, send more cards this season. Leave notes for your friends. We're a month back into school. Exams are nowhere near here yet, but they'll be here before we know it. So I think spending a little time that you can reminding people how appreciated their presence is in life is important. Yeah. Those are my fall favorites. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Maybe you expected me to talk more about products. I don't know if that's true or not. I feel like whenever I see a fall favorites video, it's always like a YouTube video of people being like, here are my fall favorites. I love this sweater, this store. Truly, you want to know who's been popping off lately? We're going to talk about this. Aerie. I mean, when does Aerie not pop off? But also, can I just say their freaking waffle sweatshirts go so hard. I've been upset. That's a bee. Okay, he's gone. Listen. That was very demure of me. Anyway, Aerie sweatshirts, obsessed with. I have just been loving the waffle ones. I've been living in them. I've been getting sweaters lately from a couple places. I feel like my sweaters have been expensive. I'm not even going to lie. I'm just going to be really forward that like I've been updating my sweater collection because once again, like I said, I kind of want to just be in a little bit more of like a modest season right now. Not even modest, but I want my clothes. This is the thing. I want my clothes to be super comfy. And then when I go out in them, I still feel like I'm stylish. That's my goal. So I've been wearing like more boots with like baggy jeans and then oversized sweaters with like really cute chunky necklaces, or like really just pairing well with like a baseball cap that matches the sweater, or doing like the little turtleneck under the sweater, or layering like a v-neck sweater with a t-shirt underneath. That way you can like see the intention behind it. Hear me out. It all counts. And so this season has been my season of like layering and sweaters and cozy. I don't know if modest is even the right word for that, but like I really just mean I want to feel as comfortable in my skin as possible. And sometimes that is by like wearing things that kind of swallow me whole. Airy sweatshirts in the waffle. Obsessed. Also, free people workout clothes. Also, hot take, no makeup with a dark lip. Or like minimal makeup with a dark lip. Really obsessed with that this season. Also, orange and black cats, obviously, because like Halloween, let's get this straight. And everyone wants a puppy for Christmas, so go find them at the shelter right now. What else do I think is in the fall? Mom cars, minivans. Low-key, I kind of want to trade in my Jeep and get a truck. I don't know. It's kind of been on the brain. Is that a silly thing to be in for fall? I feel like cars are timeless. Let's be so real. Okay, cars are timeless. That's not even a hot take. But I will say I have been thinking about getting a truck. I really love the new Chevy Colorado. Or has anybody seen the new Tacoma? Or, even better, I'll one-up you, the new 4Runner. I don't know why I'm talking about cars. I need to stop. Those are my fall favorites. But I kind of just I just wish I wish I didn't have to stop talking to you guys. I just really love visiting with you. And so if you have a few fall favorites, give a call to my line. You know what it is. I'll include the number right here for you. So if you're watching the video portion, you can see what that is. And tell me your fall favorites, because I would actually love to have some more inspiration beyond what I was talking about. Also, no. I answered my own question in my head. This is why I sometimes wonder if I'm not very good at podcasts, because sometimes I think about things and then I stop myself before I even say them. And it's like, it probably would have been better to just say that out loud. We probably would have had a better discussion if I just said what I was thinking out loud. What I was thinking was, is mixing gold and silver in the fall? And truthfully, I'm somebody who mixes it year round. So to me, it's not even in the fall. But if you don't do it, join the party. Apple Watches are in the fall. I'm only saying that because it keeps track of my fitness. But you guys, that's a wrap on today's episode. The birds are chirping. The sun is out. Chewy the puppy is laying behind me sunbathing. And I'm so happy that you're here. I'm happy that we get to see another season together. It's crazy to say that, like, I've been doing social media for this long, and the fact that I have such a beautiful, wonderful, happy community who, like, tunes into my stuff feels like such a blessing. And I'm just so happy that you're here. I got nothing else to say. I love you lots. You're my favorite people on the planet. I'm so thankful for you. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and Anna's fall favorites. I can't wait to listen to your voicemails and hear what yours are. If you don't follow me already, you can check out at Anna X Sitar, which is my personal social media account, or you can follow the podcast at The Anna Guide and continue to listen anywhere that you get your podcast. Please don't forget to rate this podcast a beautiful 5 stars. I hope that you love it, and I'm so excited to share even more episodes with you. We're on episode 13, which is actually why I had 13 things to say. I didn't really mention that little tidbit, but I'm really excited for a million more episodes with you guys and to keep sharing life with you. So thank you so much for listening or watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye, guys.